back again after reaching the vivace a long time ago. Well, here's the vivace in F sharp minor. Let's see. Let me approach it. This is measure 227. Not quite. I have not chosen a fingering. It says pianissimo. I'm going to go 5 4 2 1, turn my hand over. Not that I will be doing that throughout. I'll probably be up to 4 2 1 as I'm indicating. But right now, this little intrusion at pianissimo, I want my hand to be as quiet as possible. And 5 4 2 1 by far makes a horizontal motion and a very subtle motion. The easiest one. Then you know what? I'm really torn here, so I'm going to put in, shows how torn I am, I'm going to put in an alternate fingering, because I can't make up my mind. 4 2 1 in the left hand would certainly mirror the right hand, but 5 3 1 works pretty well. Now the right hand has its own problem, because for me, third finger on A is hard to get to unless it's on the fat part of the white note. So if I'm going to use a third finger, I have to bring my hand way up on the key. So here's the point at which there's a chain of imitative motives. Let me just get to it once more. Okay, obviously. You know what I'm about to say? It relates to lack of continuity or confidence. This will be simple in time. It's not executionally that difficult. But I have to know where my hands go, because each one of those figures, although simple on its own, requires a thorough knowledge of where it comes from and where it goes to. So there's too much going on for me to be able to just read my way through it. Pencil drop. Okay, lots and lots going on here. I think it won't hurt to have my other part available to help with the page turns. alas, there's no measure numbers there too. So if I want to be absolutely sure I know where I am, I have to measure those, number those as well. So let's go back. So still C minor there. I understand the hands are going to interfere with one another. I just want to see if my fingering in my right hand is reasonable, taken on its own. Okay, B minor, G minor, no fingering marked, other than beginning. Leading me to believe I'm just doing it as it falls. That doesn't mean, well, in measure 252, for example, I could just go 1, 3, 5, this is G minor, 4, 2, 4, 3, 2, 1, that's great. Except going to thumb on A gets my arm involved a lot more. I get to just deliver to the A and then start the scale fresh. It's much more comfortable for me. They don't sound that different. One would think that 4-2 would be a better spacing. It is. But delivering the hand into the thumb is particularly easy. It's such a great pivot finger. I've got to keep track of. The first one's a scale, then zigzag, small and bigger. Zigzag, and back to a scale. I'm going to stick with the thumb on the second A as well. Especially because then I have 3 unique positions. In on the thumb, out somewhat on 4 and 2, and further out on, 3, 2, then 4, 1. So it's 1, 3, 2, 4, 1. 3 unique hand positions. So, and then zigzag, and then a return to the first one. So. So my left hand really needs to be quite automatic for now, until my right hand becomes automatic. Okay, so this is just an alternation between the larger 9 and the smaller 7, and then 7, then parallel 7s here, and back up to G. So big, little, big, upper and lower. So big, little, big, upper, lower, and there's zigzag, white, white, black, black, white. Now, so what I had done is, I think, except for those thumbs, which I've now decided on, had worked out a reasonable fingering, but obviously was not something that stuck in the sense that I should be, or I will be able to play this passage really automatically and with lots of fun, just having my hands chase one another around. But right now I'm not there, so I need to pay attention to where I need to pay attention. I need to choreograph my attention. First of all, so getting from here, so my right hand is obviously under my left left hand, even though 251, which is the top of this page, there's nothing written in the left hand. My left hand was just here, so I don't really have time to let go and start all over again. My right hand has to have. So it's one of those transition figures I've talked about. That here's a pagination, not a bad one, in that I don't have to turn the page, but I do need to find the figurational and the mechanical continuity between the previous page and this page. So on. And there's lots going on. Because, for example, my left hand has had to very recently pop down to a large chord and then right back up and then somewhat back down again. So there's lots going on. And you could hear that mental breath I took there. That's because just thinking this is impossible to do at tempo. Thinking it in the sense of telling yourself what to do just then. You have to have told yourself enough in advance of what's coming up. And you'll be able to, I think you'll be able to tell fairly shortly as the continuity develops. So. Already better. Not great. So for now, I need my eyes here. I may be able to, in time, yeah, I guess I can. Find that chord. But when I do it in tempo, either I have to know exactly where to choreograph my vision, or I have to feel it well, or in some other fashion I have to have made it automatic. So I'm starting to find, for example, the placement on this B minor chord, which helps. There was B flat minor, and it's B minor. So there's an ascent. Interesting. F sharp minor going to G. F, well, I should go back. C minor going to D. There's sort of a rising. There is a rising, right? I'm just slopping my way through, just wanted to see what it felt like. Not the sloppiness, just what was going to happen. Okay. 1, 3. This one I do, this is measure 246. I do 1, 2, 4, my standard finger. The next one, with F minor, I do 1, 3, 5. It goes down to E, just getting to the E is a little bit easier if my hand is already a little more open. So. Oh, this is held. Kind of tongue twister, hand twister. And so on. standard fingering. 4, 2, 3, 1, 4, 2, 3, 1, 3, 1. 4, 2, 3, 1, 4, 3, 3. Or could be 4 to 3 to 2 if I wanted. That's good. So, one nice thing about this is a repeat. Just as it is so often in Prokofiev, it's a repeat at a different pitch level. Just as it is in Prokofiev, often it's not a repeat at like a dominant. We have, and then we're on F, and then we're on A. So roughly F minor, and then A minor up a third. Too bad. Even this going down by an extra interval, a bigger interval, so we had initially down a third, and up a fourth to get to the next, and down a fifth. Now we have up a fourth. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go to 3 rather than to 2. So it's 2. Actually, I'm going to go to 3 on the first one here too, because it melds itself to the keyboard really well with the 2 black notes on the end. It's 3 white notes and 2 black notes. Yes. And then finally 1, 2 at the end. Okay. I think what a good idea would be to mark every page turn in my other copy just exactly where it happens. So okay, a little caret, that'll indicate yes, very nice. It's the little mundane things that often help a lot. You know, do you have a pencil sharpener, for example? Do you have a pencil handy? Do you have something to write on? Do you have a way of writing? Do you understand your notation? Can you read it? Those are all important considerations. And I'm often guilty of writing stuff that I can't read, so be forewarned. Okay, I have to say, I think, I don't want to speak out of turn. That's one of the sections with the most continuous figuration in this movement. There's another section similar to it. Let's see now. No, in measures 381 and so on, when the theme has come back in, there are rests. That's a primary difference. There are 16th note rests every so often. And in this section that I'm working on now, there aren't. So it's a perpetual motion section. So I have to know it. Well, there's little rests. I take it sometimes there's an alternation of hands, but for the most part there's an insistence. And these are rests. But overall, that figuration just doesn't quit. thumb as I did when there was a white note there. I could, let's see if that makes a difference. This is where I will always test my fingering at full tempo or beyond it, because I don't want to have to rely on thinking intensely when my hands are moving that quickly. I want to be able to know either my body will do it or it won't. Now, as to refining it so it's all accurate and even and easy and dependable, that's another thing. But I have to know first that my body is simply capable at its fast twitch level of just playing those notes. Well, here, for example, the tilt of B minor does not fit my 1-3-5 hand well. This particular key. So I think for now, I'm going to take advantage of the longer finger that enables me to get to F sharp a little more conveniently. And then I have to be looking there way early. Okay, I'd like to chase around 261 is an area, oops, where the hands are playing a lot of shared scale work. So I guess I should decide why. It's just a single note at a time. Here is a different story. The hands are interacting very quickly and overlapping parts. But the preceding section, I'm not yet convinced as to why the hands are divided. Often, like if you have a 2-octave scale and it's playing it at Sando-like speed, then you want to avoid all the hand turns. In this case, it's fairly measured. Is unarguably, that's the only way that can be played, because the left hand has to go down to this big chord. And then it has to come up here, because the right hand has one more note. But preceding that, maybe the last one. Okay, I like it for here. tentative marking. I had written under, so my left hand knew what to do. I'm just not convinced that any of it is helpful. As you can tell, well, couldn't tell that I'm not suffering. I think I like it here, just at the end. Okay, a little messy on the coming out. So I think I know what I want. Okay, you can tell how scattered that was. It really felt pretty good. Now I don't know this section. And that new fingering I'm using, I haven't built into my system. And then E minor, with the fifth. The upside down one, and on D minor. Here I'm going to use two, so 3 again with the fifth. The upside down, oops. Actually the B flat minor here is much more comfortable than D minor would be, than B flat major would be. 5, 3, 2. I should write it. 5, 3, 2. So E minor, A minor, B upside down, B flat minor, B minor, good. Okay, so I can pass judgment on that and say, taken alone, the right hand feels a fluency. When I get into it. Is that right? Excellent. So now. So this is B flat minor precedes, dare I say this, the left hand is going to play a figuration that the right hand is going to play upside down 2 measures later. I don't know if that's helpful to me or not. I don't think so. This interaction is interesting because it'll help me choreograph. My bottom note of the right hand is G flat, the top note of my left hand is F. So they're side by side. Here the right hand is going down a fifth, so it's overlapping the left hand's note by a half step. So. Something to note about 271, the second beat going into the next MB is 4 white notes, so a very useful bit of information. 2, I may alter my fingering. I was going on 271, 4, 3, 2, 1 for the scale. That still makes perfect sense. I think rather than going 3, 2, 4, 1, I might go 2, 1, 3, 1. So, and it makes a difference. It defines the difference in notes. I like it. Yes, indeed. Very much better. Don't know why this isn't fingered. Same 4 white notes. This is, it would be 4th finger. I think I'm going to do 5 instead because the leap is much easier when my hand is just open and